On this week's show, we have a complete behind the scenes of the fall musical, The Mystery of Edwin Drood. We report on the Girls Varsity Tennis Team, and we sit down with Pat MacKinnon as we begin a new interview series. Lawrenceville's 10-minute newscast begins right now. Coming to you from the studio inside the Lawrenceville School's historic Pop Hall, this is L10 of Ghael, Fobes. Hello and welcome to all the families here for Parents Weekend. Last Friday, Presidential Award winner and the former chair of the AP Calculus Test Development Committee, Dan Kennedy, spoke during school meeting, where he shared two math magic tricks, one focusing on a dollar bill and the other on the nursery rhyme Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Jeff Durso-Finley, one of the school's directors of college counseling, co-authored The Secrets of Picking a College and Getting In. The complete college application guide shares over 600 tips, techniques, and strategies designed to demystifying the process and increasing your chances of enrollment. Last Thursday and Friday, third form science students went to the ropes course for a pendulum experiment. As you can see from the footage here, it was a very hands-on approach to the ways of learning the laws of physics.
I'm Greg Hansen. I'm the head of the science department and a teacher in inquiries into chemical and physical science. So basically what we're doing is where we've got the kids acting as a pendulum bob. They're going to be able to measure their potential energy when they're at the top of the swing and their kinetic energy when they're at the bottom. We've got their height, we've got their mass at the top. That's all we need for measuring their potential energy. Their kinetic energy, we're going to have their mass again, and then we're going to measure their speed coming through the 10 meters at the bottom. And that's what all we need to do to measure kinetic energy.
Will, whenever you're ready, let go.
And then we actually compare the two by subtracting. And then that'll be the dissipative force that's working against them as they fall. A really direct application of something that we're talking about in classes.
Congratulations to singers Melissa Batch, Chibezia Homa, Bert Getz, Alan Lin, and Neo Shin for being selected to represent the school at the American Choral Directors Association at the Eastern Regionals in Boston next February. The ACDA is the nation's largest professional organization for community college and school vocal music. On October 29th, the school will be screening The Winter Patriots, The Battles of Trenton and Princeton. The film was made with the support of the F.M. Kirby Foundation and will focus on General Washington's Revolutionary War campaign against the British and Hessian forces in New York and New Jersey. Tonight and tomorrow night, the Perrywood Council will stage the fall musical The Mystery of Edwin Drood. 2 weeks ago, Ciana gave you a look inside one part of the production. Now we have Alex Small with a comprehensive behind the scenes of the actors and the technicians as they prepare for the performance.
Thanks, Ghael. I'm outside the KAC, where the final preparations for the fall musical, The Mystery of Edwin Drood, are being made. I had the opportunity to speak with Nicole Lee, the production stage manager, Mr. Cole, Mr. Campbell, and a few of the actors. I'm here with Mr. Cole, director of theater and director of the fall musical. So do you think that this play has a special component about it that makes it more complicated or less complicated than other plays that you've done?
Yeah, I don't know about more complicated, but it's a play within a play. So it does have that kind of mirror to a mirror thing. And also there's, I would say, 8 to 10 major featured roles, which is unusual. Oftentimes you will only have 4 in a musical. But here we have a lot of really good parts for a lot of people.
I'm here with the scenic designer of the fall musical, Mr. Campbell. Mr. Campbell, what is one thing that you think the tech crew has done really well in this production?
So one thing that I would say this year has gone really well with this crew is communication and keeping the magic behind the scenes magical. It takes a lot of people to do what we do on stage, and that number of people to be quiet and to be stealthy and to make all those changes happen in time to make it all work with the actors going and comings on stage. That has been really, really great. This is a kind of show that has a very kind of Victorian old feel to it, and because of that, you need just an extra touch of magic.
Given all this complexity, how do you think that the techies and the whole crew have dealt with all of it? And what are you proud of when you see how far they've come?
I am, well, first of all, proud of them all because they've all had many hands in what putting it together and making this into, from nothing to something. There are other people who aren't even on the crew who certainly had a hand in painting and building and even welding parts for the show, electricians included. I'm really, I think that this show has tested a bit of patience. With most of our musicals, they do test a little bit your patience, but the group is a solid group that knows to rely on one another to communicate, and through patience, we can get the job done.
I'm here with Nicole Lee, production stage manager of the Fall Musical. What's something that you think the actors and everybody involved has done really well so far?
I think it's been really great because everyone's been really present here. Everyone's been super focused, and I think everyone really wants the show to become very successful. So I think just the fact that everyone's super enthusiastic about it makes the show and rehearsals flow so much better. We work awesome together as a tech crew and a cast, and you guys should be really excited to come.
We would like to thank the cast and crew for their time, and we wish them the best of luck in their production tonight and tomorrow. Back to you, Ghael.
Thank you, Alex. Now we have Eliza Koren with a report from the tennis courts.
I'm here at the Big Red Tennis Courts where I saw the Girls Varsity Tennis Team practice, and I got a chance to speak with the co-captains and head coach. Let's check it out. I'm here with the co-captains of Girls Varsity Tennis, Sophia Kai and Skylar Bradley. So, Sophia, can you give us a brief description of what Girls Varsity Tennis is about?
Yeah, so because we're such a small team, well, a relatively small one, we've become so close. And I think as a group, we're very close-knit and funky, supportive, encouraging of each other.
And what have been the highlights of your season so far?
I think definitely South, our match against West Windsor Plainsboro. We were tied at 2-2. First doubles and second singles had won, while first singles and second doubles had lost. And Sydney at third was the deciding match, and she had split sets with her opponent.
Which means they each won one.
Yeah. And she had to duke it out in the third to get the win. And I think she played consistently, and it showed her strength of mind in a very critical moment for the team. So
Yeah, I'd agree. It was definitely a mental, physical battle, and she pushed through. Definitely going to be like the hardest team we're going to play this season.
And what are you most looking forward to?
We have states this Saturday, which should be pretty tough. Each year we do a piñata leading up to states. And if you see us walking around campus with balloons attached to us, that's why. It'd be great if people could come out and support.
I'm here with the head coach of Girls Varsity Tennis, Coach Lewis. What would you say in your first year working with the girls tennis team their biggest strength is as a team?
Aside from being just incredibly talented, I think the greatest strength of this team is their willingness to sacrifice their individual well-being for the well-being of the collective and the team. I've been truly impressed with their dedication to each other and their compassion and the spirit that they've shown in working as a collective unit.
So I think it's a great culmination of our dedication, hard work throughout this whole season. And I think something that Coach has been really trying to emphasize is this idea of going beyond and not just settling for victory, and striving for self-improvement in every point. So that's what we're looking forward to, and yeah, come out and support.
The Girls Varsity Tennis team has had an incredible season, and they cannot wait to see how the rest of it plays out. Back to you, Ghael.
Thank you, Eliza. She was probably the first person you met upon arriving at Lawrenceville. Her smile and her happiness have made a profound impact on campus. She is, of course, Pat MacKinnon. Bianca Mangravite had the opportunity to interview her in the first installment of our series of faculty and staff profiles.
When was the moment that you realized you were actually part of the Lawrenceville community?
I always tell people that I have the best job on campus because I get to meet all the new people and I get to work with the kids, and that's really my favorite part. I think the first time I realized it was when one of our students asked me to pin them in the pinning ceremony.
Oh.
And I knew I was accepted at that point.
Wow. What is the first impression that you like to give the kids?
I like to make them feel at home. I think that when I first came to Lawrenceville, the people told me to keep people away from my desk. They used to have tour guides come in at 8:30 with backups, and if they weren't used, to send them home, send them back to the house. And I thought that was crazy. So that's how we really started the ambassador program. So we have extra students come and they sit and make people relax a little bit.
Oh, yeah. What do you think makes up a good tour?
I think matching interests is probably the most important thing. I don't think it matters so much boarding today. I think we can explain that. I think the friendliness of our tour guides, and we have our new mantra this year, best tour ever.
Oh.
So we're trying to really push that, lots more education, and I just think we do a good job. One thing that I hear over and over again from people that come through is the difference with our tours is that our kids seem happy. and it's relaxed, and everybody here seems like they're having a good time. So I like that. I take that as a big compliment.
Thank you, Bianca and Ms. MacKinnon. That is our show for Thursday, October 22nd, 2015. From all of us here at L10, thank you so much for watching. Enjoy Parents Weekend.